Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So, I'm a little surprised by how mad you all were that BMW is offering subscription services for heated seats. I thought you all were just going to be excited at the fact that if you pay for 1 year, it's cheaper than a month, and if you pay for 3 years up front, that you lock in savings. But apparently, many of you did not seem to take this very well. You seem to take this almost as poorly as you did BMW's shitty plastic engine parts. Now, they released a statement, and I thought I would share it with all of you with some of my thoughts, since I have been getting bombarded with emails nonstop on this. It says, as premium vehicle purchasers, BMW customers in the USA demand a high level of equipment in their vehicles. Options like heated seats are ordered on over 90% of BMWs sold in the USA. BMW of North America does not expect factory option purchase levels to change significantly going forward. BMW Functions on Demand, on the other hand, is designed to offer premium features through software upload that use data and sensors from the factory option hardware already built into BMW vehicles. As an example, some BMW models are equipped with certain specific options from the factory that can currently add the first two Functions on Demand features available in the US, namely a dash cam function called BMW Drive Recorder and BMW Remote Engine Start function, through a software download in a customer's vehicle. The BMW Drive Recorder feature uses the cameras needed for advanced driver assist systems for dashcam functionality. This gives customers the possibility of adding new software-based functionality and a degree of flexibility in that they will be able to test and then decide whether or not to purchase a vehicle feature that was not initially available at the time of the original vehicle purchase. With BMW Functions on Demand, customers will be able to explore new software-based features on a short-term basis by purchasing a trial, or by buying that feature outright for a period of time or for the life of the vehicle. It is important to note that BMW Functions on Demand is intended primarily as a digital after-sales solution and will not affect options that were ordered at the time of the vehicle purchase. For example, if a vehicle is initially ordered with heated seats, that option will not go away nor be subjected to a monthly fee. Please note that BMW Functions on Demand is and the possibility to test or purchase select options after the point of purchase is part of a global after-sales strategy that BMW has introduced in various markets around the world, including on a small-scale basis in the United States. The features that are available in this digital aftermarket will vary from market to market. Customers can browse available features in their local connected drive store online. Now, this is something that seems to have spread over to the UK. Somebody said that, listen, this is only happening in South Korea, so who cares? No. BMW introduces new heated seat subscription in the UK. Now, there is a little piece of clarification there that I do feel is very important in his statement if we are going to be fair to BMW, and I think it's very important to be fair to BMW, which is, they have said that if you purchase that feature with the car, if you buy the car and you choose heated seats, they are not going to charge you every month. You now own that feature, and I imagine, I'm going to guess, that if you sell the car, you'll be able to sell the car, and the car will be sold with that particular feature, so the next owner actually gets access to it without having to buy a fucking subscription or having to buy it again. However, if you do not buy the car with that particular feature, then you are stuck having to pay for it additionally later. And again, the core part that I think pisses people off here is the idea that I paid for it already when I bought the car. You put the heating element in my car, but now if I want to use it, I have to pay you again. But again, it's one of these weird things where if they did not put the heating element in, let's say the car is $70,000, right? And there's no heated seats inside the car. But if you pay $70,300, the car has the heater in the seats. Would you be mad? I don't know. Like, would you be mad that they only include it if you pay the additional $300? Versus, if they sell you the car for $70,000, it has the heated seats, they just don't work until you pay them, and you have to pay them $300 extra to turn it on, either before you purchase the vehicle or after you purchase the vehicle. I think the primary point of contention here, I think people would actually be happier, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they'd actually be happier with the former, where they did not get the heating element in their seat. They do not have a physical heating element for $70,000, but they do for $70,300, than they would for having the physical heating element, but it doesn't work at $70,000, but it only working if they pay $70,300. I think that's a little bit of how consumer psychology works. If you have a $200 mattress and free shipping, that's a deal. If you have a $100 mattress with $75 in shipping, that's a ripoff. Even though the latter is cheaper than the former, it's a part of consumer psychology. I don't want to pay almost 50% the cost of the item in shipping, but they will happily pay $25 more to get that exact same item with free shipping. It is something that I've experienced. I think the other issue here is a distinction between hardware and software. Again, if you have cameras in your vehicle and they're used for certain autopilot functions and you want access to a camera recorder, technically they're charging you for software. They're not charging you for the hardware because there's additional software required to have a recorder. Now, we can all argue back and forth about whether or not this is lame. Again, you know, are you really going to charge me for what essentially amounts to a dumbed-down version of OBS, which is open source software anyway, to be on my vehicle, to be able to record my fucking dash cam? Are you really going to charge me for shit that's again, at this point, pretty much open sourced and free in just so many different ways. It's douchey, but it is a piece of software that is on top, and you can see it as a piece of software on top. I think the real issue coming from most people here is they see what happened in the video game world, they see this microtransaction shit invading every aspect of their life, and they see how most companies, even outside the automotive business, are switching to a subscription-based business model where you own nothing, which is why you have this initial flinch, this initial screw you, this initial middle finger coming from this, even if they are willing to sell you the car with the heated seats. Just seeing the word subscription attached to a piece of physical hardware that came with your vehicle scares the fuck out of people, and I completely understand why it scares the crap out of people, because we live in a society where ownership is being eroded away a little bit at a time. Yeah, it's not like we went from over here to over here. We went from here to here to here to here. And then, 10 or 20 years later, you can't get a schematic to fix your own device. You can't buy a charging chip. Your device may not accept a new part in it unless you pair it using a manufacturer tool, even if it's OEM and pulled from another device that you bought at the goddamn store. There's a reason that people are as sensitive to these small movements as they are, and I completely understand it. Personally, I tend to lean on the side of not being a fan of seeing any of the subscription shit. To be honest with you, I personally lean on the side of being against. Again, some of these subscription features are things that actually do require a server, and that stuff I understand. So, like some of this BMW on-demand connection shit, like this remote engine start thing, it seems like this is not just key fob. So again, does my vehicle need to be in range in order to use remote engine start with my key fob? If you want to use remote engine start with your key fob, yes, you need to be in range of the vehicle. That means that your key fob is communicating directly with the vehicle. I do not want there to be a subscription service for something that, again, I already paid for. However, there is also a phone app. You can see over here there is a phone app. It looks like you can also set this from a computer, so you can set the temperature of your vehicle and then remote start your vehicle from, I'm going to take a wild guess if it's using a phone that is communicating with the server that then communicates with the car. And there are costs of running those servers. You are dealing with a connection to somebody else's server to be able to do that. And admittedly, that is a cool feature. I like the ability when I'm in some place that's 107 degrees outside to be able to tell my car via the phone, turn the air conditioner on, so that by the time I get downstairs 10 or 15 minutes later, I can actually get in my car and not melt, because that is a serious issue. And it is, again, 107 degrees outside at 4 p.m. in the Texas sun. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. See you all in the next video. Bye now. Also, before we go, check the community page, because I'm going to be posting a meetup over the next few days for anybody who's in Texas while I'm in Texas. They're welcome to come by, say hi, shoot the shit, and that's about that. I'll see you later.